Good morning, student. Till now, we have a study about the introduction of signal invariant systems and continuous LTI system, linear time invariant system. I have studied. So, linear time invariant system is given by the convolution of input and the impulse response of the system. Now, in this chapter, we will study about the Laplace transform and continuous time LTI system. So the Laplace transform is introduced to represent continuous time signal in S domain. So S is nothing but here S domain is nothing but this is the complex variable which is equals to sigma plus j omega. So this plane. Now continuous time signal in S domain we will discuss here. For this the Laplace transform, first of all I will discuss the Laplace transform first, and Laplace transform of some common signals. Some common signals means what? Unit impulse function, unit step function. These are the some common signal, and we will find out the Laplace transform of those. Now after that, properties of Laplace transform. What property we will use? The inverse of Laplace transform I will study, and after that system function. So system function is nothing but how system will work or how system function will express in Laplace transform form, and in last one we will check the stability of the LTI system. How I can check the stability of LTI system? That one, continuous LTI system, how I will check. So one by one I will try to complete this all topic in this chapter. This is chapter number 3. So first of all, the Laplace transform. We have already know about unilateral Laplace transform. Unilateral Laplace transform means one-sided Laplace transform. What will be one-sided Laplace transform? Suppose xt is a function given, then what will be the Laplace transform of xt is xs. So what will be the value of xs? Is nothing but the integrate 0 to infinity xt e to the power minus st dt. Is that clear? This is the basic formula for unilateral or one-sided Laplace transform. So we have already know about this in mathematics, but here we will discuss bilateral Laplace transform. So what will be the bilateral Laplace transform? Suppose one system is given like this, and this is the input signal xt given to this system. Now what will be the output of the system? So output is nothing but the t into xt. Is that clear? So if impulse response is given hs or ht here, then we can write here that this is nothing but the convolution of xt and ht. So we can write, just take Laplace both side, Laplace transform both side, and we can write like this. So this is the Laplace transform of input, output and impulse one. Okay. Now if we had to find out the Laplace transform, suppose ht is given as an impulse response of this system, then what will be the h of s? h of s is nothing but, just for bilateral Laplace transform, I have to integrate from minus infinity to infinity h of t e to the power minus st dt. Is that clear? So for general continuous time signal xt, the Laplace transform x of s. So for general continuous time signal, general transform signal, if xt is there, then what will be the value of x of s? X of s is nothing but the minus infinity to infinity and x of t e to the power minus st dt. Clear? Now what will be s here? S is nothing but the s complex variable, and we have presented this xt or ht in s domain. Okay, so s is what? S is equals to sigma plus j omega. This is the complex variable. Now after that we will discuss about the region of convergence. So for ROC means region of convergence. Region of convergence. So what is region of convergence? That one we have to know. The range of value of complex variable. Here complex variable is s. So the range of value of s for which Laplace transform converges. The range of values of s. The range of values of s for which Laplace transform converges is called region of convergence. So suppose, just consider xt given e to the power minus at ut. Okay, a is real quantity. So what will be the Laplace transform of this function? So just find out using formula. From minus infinity to infinity, e to the power minus at ut and e to the power minus st dt. Is that clear? Now we can write here from 0 to infinity. Why? Because ut is here and ut is the unit step function which is defined for greater than t greater than 0. So e to the power minus of s plus a into t dt. Is that clear? Now here 1 by minus 1 by s plus a e to the power minus s of s plus a into t at 0 to infinity. Now after that I will get 1 plus 1 by s plus a, because for infinity it will be 0 and for 0 it will be 0. So no, for infinity 1 by infinity will be there, so 1 by infinity 0, and for 0 it will be 1. Okay, so minus 1 will be there, so 1 by s plus a. Now if s is sigma plus j omega, s is sigma plus j omega here, so it's a complex variable. Now real part of sigma s, so real part of s will be what? Is sigma. So that should be, so real part of s should be greater than minus a. How? So for this Laplace transform should be converged. So this Laplace transform should be converged. For this convergence, for this have to convergence, s plus a should be greater than 0. S plus a should be greater than 0. So that real part of s plus a should be greater than 0, and for that real part of s should be greater than minus a. Is that clear? So I am writing here directly this one. Now if t tends to infinity here, so it will be 0. So look like this. If in second example, just take one second example, xt, which is equals to minus of e to the power minus at ut, u of minus t, sorry. So what will be the Laplace transform for this? So u of minus t is here. U of minus t means what? U of minus t is nothing but, for t less than 0 it will be 1. Is that clear? So convergence we have to check for less than 0. Here I have checked convergence for greater than 0. Why? Because ut is here, but here u of minus t. So in this case you will check the convergence in less than 0. Is that clear? So after putting in Laplace transform formula, I will get 1 by s plus a, which is equals to real part of s plus a should be less than 0. For convergence, that's why real part of s should be less than minus a. So in both cases, the Laplace transform is same. Here also Laplace transform is 1 by s plus a. Here also Laplace transform is 1 by s plus a. But the difference is the region of convergence. The difference is region of convergence. So region of convergence, ROC, for this xt is greater than minus a, and for this xt it will be ROC will be less than minus a. Means if we want to represent it in graphical pattern, then how we can represent? Suppose this one is a plane, which one has the real axis is sigma and imaginary axis is j omega. Is that clear? Now if any point is minus a, because here in both cases minus a is here, so I am considering here this is the minus a. Okay, now here this is minus a, and minus is separating the region. So real part of s should be greater than minus a, means this region. This whole region. Okay, so rightmost side of minus a will be greater than minus a, means this region of convergence is for Laplace transform what? 1 by s plus a, and for less than it will be if a is positive, and this region is for what? Real part of s should be less than minus a. Here also a positive, and this one is for the same Laplace transform, but region of convergence is different. If a is negative, means a is less than 0, then the reverse the region. Okay, so we can check here using this method what will be the region of convergence and in which region our Laplace transform will converge. Okay, now if pole zero forms are there, suppose in any x of s a pole zero form is there, pole zero form means if x of s is a naught s to the power m plus a1 s to the power m minus 1 plus dot 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 2 plus a in am. Next, by b naught s to the power n plus b1 s to the power n minus 1 plus dot 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 2 plus bn. Clear? Now a naught by b naught, pole 0 form. So 0 will be in numerator, z1 into s minus z2. We can represent like this, is s minus zm. And in pole form we can represent p1 into s minus p2. There are n pole in denominator. Clear? Now just take one example here. Suppose x of s is given like 2s plus 4 divided by s square plus 4s plus 3. Then how we can represent this one as a in pole 0 form? So just take 2 as common and it will become s plus 2, and this is nothing but the multiplication of s plus 1 into s plus 3. Why? S square plus 3 and 4, 3 plus s is 4s plus 3. Okay, so this is okay. Now 0 will be minus 2 and poles is at minus 1 and minus 3. So we can represent in graph here that this one is the s plane, and on this s plane this is sigma, this is j omega, and 0 we can represent at minus 2. So this is 0 at minus 2 and pole is at minus 1 and minus 3. Okay, so pole is at minus 1 and minus 3. Now we have to find out the region of convergence. So the region of convergence of this function is should be greater than minus 1. Why? Because s plus 1 is greater than 0, it will be minus 1. So the region of convergence of this function is represented like this, the whole one. Okay. Now properties of ROC. We will know about the properties of ROC. So properties of ROC. First property, ROC does not contain any pole. Second property, if xt is a finite duration signal for T lies between T1 and T2. Then ROC is entire S plane. So T1 and T2, but minus infinity, T1 should be greater than minus infinity and T2 should be greater than infinity. Then ROC will be entire plane, entire S plane, okay, except sorry, where except S is equals to 0 or S is equals to infinity. Is that clear? Now third, if xt is right sided signal, the ROC will be, ROC is rightmost. If xt is left sided signal, ROC is left sided. Now we will discuss more about properties of ROC in next lecture. Till now I am going to finish up to here. Just write down this property and revise all the things. Thank you.